Welcome to the show, everybody. We are having a beautiful day, and it's a great day to be networking with everybody out there. That's what we're doing. People are talking about what they do right on the radio through everybody else out there to learn and listen to all of the different stuff that we have right here in the Valley. Some of it's from other places, too. We're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're going to be sharing the show in just a little while. We just heard the disclaimer for my first guest, who is Jennifer Stupski, and she's the owner of, I love her, the name of her business, Legal Stuff. Tell everybody a tiny bit about you, but you have something really big that you're going to be doing. Tell everybody a little bit about you, what you do. It's a lot that you do.
It's a lot. But for today, you know, I'm a licensed legal document preparer, which Arizona and California are the only two states that actually recognize that designation. So I can draft documents without an attorney overseeing me, so it's pretty flexible. I'm also a licensed fiduciary, licensed realtor, VA claim agent, notary, whatever you need.
Fiduciary, did you say?
Yes, I did, a licensed fiduciary.
A lot. I mean, basically it's a one-stop shop.
I try.
For anything that you would possibly need in legal stuff.
In legal stuff.
Right, and today though you kind of wanted to narrow it down to something important to you that you think is important for everybody to do.
Well, I'm really excited. Today we're going to talk about living trust. And for our listeners today, I'm actually going to offer a complete living trust package and binder for someone to win. And so that includes the trust, all of the power of attorneys, any transfer deeds that you need, because a lot of people forget to fund their trust once they create it, which is a lot of the issue that I have after someone passes. So it'll include all of that.
All of that. And guess what? That's a $2,500 value.
It is.
Free to you or anyone that you know. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check her out. Her website is legalstuffaz.com. She's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. And when you work with people, do you go to them? Do they talk about that part of it too?
Well, I'm really flexible because it's just me. So generally speaking, a lot of my clients are on the older side. So I do travel to them. And because I'm a notary, they don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to pay a mobile notary. I will bring the documents to them and notarize them.
Now, here's the thing, guys. Everybody really should be listening up. Let's say, I'd say this for every show. I almost stumble on my words because I know I say it a lot. It's great information for people out there. You might even be listening, and you could still have your parents around, and you don't know if their stuff is done. Their legal stuff is done, right? If you don't know, why don't you call in and get entered in to win one of these things?
Absolutely.
And give it to them. What a great gift to give to somebody. I know, not the only gift maybe you want to do, but it's a lot of money. It's worth a lot anyway.
Well, and it's on average half the price of what an attorney would charge.
Wow. So here's what we've got. Everyone's getting entered in to win. This is a living trust package, and the binder comes with everything. It's a complete package with everything that you could possibly need, and it's a $2,500 value free to you or anyone you know. Our number here, and I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show for it. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. All right.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about some other things. We were talking about advantages of putting your home and real estate into a trust.
For just for the beginning, it's just the ease of it. And when someone passes, there's no change. There's nothing you have to do because it's in the trust. So whoever the trustee is, they just take over and they distribute to whoever is intended, the beneficiary. The other good thing about it is obviously when you have a lot of kids and you've got things that you need to separate, the trust gives you a lot of flexibility on that. If you're going to sell the house, the proceeds from the house, whatever it's going to take.
I think it's really important that I can't even imagine anybody that owns a home. When you own a home and you own properties, or you have this kind of assets, I should say. I really think that everybody who has a home should have a living trust.
Well, for the most part, it's a really good thing because of the flexibility of it. Even if you're if like you're in assisted living or you come down with Alzheimer's, whoever your successor trustee is, they just step in your shoes and keep moving forward. You don't have to actually implement the power of attorneys or any of those documents to keep paying the bills in the house, to paying the taxes, the utilities. Everything just goes as if it was.
Does everyone need a living trust?
No, but it does offer a lot of flexibility. And if you want to do certain stipulations to your beneficiaries, it just gives you a lot of flexibility in how you want to distribute things.
Yeah, and I think that's really important that you do want to do that. Let me say this, and I might have said it before when you've been on with me. When my father, who thought he had everything done right, was still not done right. Do you do second? It wasn't. And of course, when did he find out? When he didn't know, because he was passed.
Right.
Right. And he, if he knew his baby daughter got hurt, he'd be really, really upset. You know, I know he would.
Yeah.
But when you work with people, first of all, you do free consultations.
Correct.
Right? Do you do second opinions? And here's the other thing we want to talk about too, because I said to you, with mine, I said, okay, well, I had done it a long time ago, but I thought, you know what, I better check this out and make sure, because things change. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Well, and I can't necessarily give an opinion on the legal documents, but I can definitely look at them and give them our feedback from many of my experiences, that things that I've gone through, because that's one of the primary things I do is the trust administration and the probate. So I know what happens after someone passes and when things aren't done right.
Yeah. Now explain to them what it means to have someone like you who's a fiduciary.
So it's an extra step of protection. As a fiduciary, and I was just thinking about that, you know, even with your investors and your financial advisors, if you find the ones that are licensed fiduciaries, they've got that extra step of, you know, it's for your benefit, not for commissions, not for anything else. We do things for you and what would benefit you, not necessarily our pocketbooks.
And you know what? She can either come to you or you can go to her. You can do it over Zoom. Now they're doing a lot of different ways.
Yep.
You can check her out on her website. It's legalstuffaz.com. You can call her. Her phone number is 602-457-2333. She does these free consultations, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. And today she's giving away, it's a free it's a living trust, and it's a package that gets the entire package completely. It's a $2,500 value, free to you or anyone you know. 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You have throughout the show to call in and get this. Everyone should have it.
Absolutely.
Be calling in. I'm telling you now. How does a trust protect against creditors? I don't think I've ever talked about that before.
Well, when someone passes away, if they've got the trust as their beneficiary for insurance proceeds or whatever it is, once they pass away, their trust is irrevocable. So if the beneficiary is the trust, the creditors can't get to it because the person they're against is the deceased. So they can only go after their personal assets or the estate assets. But if the trust is the beneficiary, that's not included in that.
Well, there you go. You see, here's another reason why you should do something like this.
Absolutely.
And I do want to talk too about the fact that why have someone like you work versus using an attorney.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm a little more flexible. I seem to be, cheaper, obviously, less expensive. But I take the time to spend with the people to really see what their needs are. When they talk to me and they ask what documents, I ask them questions, and we just talk about what they really want.
What I know about you, too, the most is that you're all about helping your clients and making sure that they are taken care of. You go way far and above from what I know about you. And some people also, believe me, women tend to resonate with women. You might want to work with her because of that, too. But what I love about you the most is that you really have it down. It's like, boom, this is what we need to do. You don't take a lot of time. You take a lot of time to make sure that their paperwork is right. But you show it to them. You show what they need. This is what we need to do, and we get it done. Again, her number is 602-457-2333. We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win this at 602-277-5369.
Oh my gosh, is that the 15-minute mark already?
Well, yeah, but you got to remember it's about 12 minutes, and I took up about a minute and a half of that.
That's funny.
Maybe
I'm like,
even
wow, that was fast.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we're still live on Facebook.
Okay.
And so, what I wanted to ask you, and I'm going to be going over some of this kind of stuff with you too, because you hear so many things from so many different people of what you need, what you don't need. And
everybody's different.
Do you mind if I ask you that on air when we talk?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That's good.
Yep. Absolutely. One of the things with the trust, when we put it, like a lot of attorneys, when they draft those deeds for the trust, they don't actually record and follow through on the deeds. They expect their clients to do it, and nobody does.
We need to talk about that. Say that again.
So the attorneys, they'll tell you to fund your trust.
Oh yeah, then you actually do the filing.
I actually do the funding. It's called funding.
Oh, for the funding.
Putting stuff in it.
Oh.
But here's the
So you do
problem
it.
we have with interest rates going down. People were refinancing, and the lenders make them take it out of their trust and put it in their personal names to refinance it, and then people never put it back in the trust, and that's where we run into a lot of problems too. Just an FYI.
Another one. Another
Yep.
one. So for you, when you work with people, when you say a lot of them are older people, is it that, do you find a lot of people that are thinking about that right now just because of COVID?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I'm getting a lot of calls from kids thinking about their parents because
That's
they're
what I
stuck.
wanted to say.
But that's the problem with the assisted living. I can't get in there to notarize stuff. So it's too late. It's like, what do you do? There's nothing you can do at this point when they're locked down.
Well, we better find that out. We better talk about that kind of stuff too.
Okay. But hopefully on November 4th, things will open up. I love that.
Here we go. Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Jennifer Stupski. She's the owner of Legal Stuff, and today we've been talking a little bit about living trust, and she's given one away. Let me tell you something. I had asked you before when we were on off air. We were talking about something. So many people right now really don't realize that they really need to at least have the conversation with you to find out whether or not they need this. And most people probably do, and they don't even realize it. And some people charge an exorbitant amount of money for all of this stuff. You don't. You don't have to, right? And you're doing a special for everybody.
Right.
We're opening that up to the audience for everyone to get entered in to win one of these. Tell them what it includes. It's a lot. A lot of legal stuff.
It's the entire living trust. It is the durable power of attorney, the healthcare power of attorney, the mental health power of attorney, and any deeds that you might to actually transfer your home or real property into the trust or fund it, that we call.
So we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You can call throughout the rest of the show for it. Check her out. She's A+ rated on with the Better Business Bureau, and it's legalstuffaz.com.
And if you don't win, they're still going to get a discount.
So no matter what, you're going to get a discount.
Absolutely.
No matter what. Now, I want to talk to you about COVID and how that has affected, because a lot of people right now, I asked you this question, have a lot of people been thinking about that?
A lot. And, obviously probates are up, but when it comes to these documents, because everything is on lockdown, the assisted living and all these care places, it's too late. Kids are realizing that, darn, we wish we would have done these documents to make sure our parents got it done, because they can do nothing when they're locked in there. Notaries can't get in there to sign. Nobody can do anything except go to the court.
I have to also say this, if people out there need to make the conversation an easier conversation. That was probably for what hurt us, our family, the most, is that conversation never really happened because everybody is so weirded out by it. But again, you are so, you're so cool. Like, you're really easy.
you.
But it's not stuffy in any way. It's easy. You make you great information. You're there for them because you're a fiduciary. You specialize with that is behind you as well. So everything that she does for you is for you in your best interest.
Exactly. And a lot of the kids actually have me call and talk to their parents when the kids aren't in the room. So I can have the conversation. A lot of times the kids just feel uneasy about it, and they're okay with me calling. And
or
it
the
seems
parents
to work
do.
out. Yeah.
The parents sometimes feel like, all you want is my money.
Exactly.
Right? And that's not really the case.
Well, and we were just talking about this one deed, this one property that we're going through. The parents there's 5 kids. They put 1 kid on the deed with mom. And then she wasn't sure that the daughter, because they get older, they get paranoid, and they're like, well, I better put 2 kids on the deed. Okay. Well, now mom passed, and they want these 2 daughters to sell the property and give it to the other 5. Well, they're forgetting all about gift tax, capital gains, everything that happens. Just because your name is on the deed doesn't mean you're going to just be able to transfer the property.
That's why you need to listen to this information that you hear on this show. Call in. The Getting Entered In to Win. It's awesome. She's going to give a deal on anybody that gets one from her, because that's how she is. Our number here again, 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Well, here we go. What's the total advantages of having a trust?
Flexibility. You can change it anytime you want. There's not a lot of legal mumbo jumbo you have to go through. You can make special requests in it. If you've got minors, you can do things. Actually, they're distributions into what's called a subtrust, which is another irrevocable trust, which actually protects your beneficiaries' money from creditors. So if they got a big distribution and they've got a lot of creditors, they can't touch that money.
Well, and it's so important with that, because a lot of people have especially in the last 10 years, we've had people who have had bad things happen to good people, and now you might have these creditors and you don't even realize it, and they creep up again, right?
Absolutely. And when they see the money,
when they smell the money, that's it. Now again, her website is legalstuffaz.com. You can call her direct. She does free consultations. She's all about helping you and making sure that you're covered in any way possible, especially when it comes to your legal stuff.
Exactly.
602-457-2333, 8+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and check her out on legalstuffaz.com. Call in here, get entered in to win. It's a great thing that you're offering for everybody out there. It's a $2,500 value, free to you or anyone you know. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. So then we've been talking about the advantages. What about the disadvantages?
One of the biggest ones that I have seen is that when people do fund their trust and they put their home in the trust, and now interest rates have gone down, so they want to refinance their house, the lenders require you to take it out of the trust and put it in your personal name. They even help you do it. They're so nice about it. But then they don't tell you how to put it back into the trust. So people pass away after they refinance, and now we have to do probate because it wasn't put back in the trust.
Talk about what makes you different too. One of the things that you do, which you called funding. Tell them what that is.
So once the trust is created, you still have to go through and put all your assets in it. You have to change all your beneficiaries on your life insurance or any of the things that you have, your vehicles or whatever, and put it in the trust. That's called funding. And most, the attorneys or people that I've seen that create these don't fund. They basically give you a list, instructions how to do it, but they never do it, and I will do it. I will walk you through it.
That's what I like about you. You are holding their hand
Yes.
to make sure. Your clients this is not just the end.
No.
Because they stay with you, because down the line, other things start happening, but you really, really, really make sure that they are part of your life.
I try.
You absolutely do. Again, her phone number direct, she does free consultations, 602-457-2333, legalstuffaz.com. I also think that it's important for people to understand, again, telling them how you work. Because you're when you talk about being a document preparer, people don't understand the difference and why it's okay to do that.
Well, that's absolutely right, because they're used to paralegals, and obviously that's one definition, but the paralegal has to work on an attorney. So now you're still paying the attorney, but at a paralegal cost. Where when you hire someone like a legal document preparer, as long as they're experienced, check out their backgrounds, Make sure they're licensed and they're bonded. But that's definitely a more, concise, if you just need simple things done. I mean, if it's complicated, obviously reach out to attorneys, talk to whoever you need to talk to get all the information.
That phone number is 602-457-2333. LegalStuffAZ.com. We're going to keep our lines open here for the rest of the show for everyone to keep on calling in and get this. Well, it's a complete living trust. Everything that you can think of it is in there, and it's got a binder. It's all really nice and beautiful. I want to also talk about the second opinions too, because a lot of people don't realize how important it is. I don't care when you've done it and you think it's done, it's not done, and it's never done. You know that it's not really done until you're done, and that's it. It always seems to be changing. Because I hear things all the time that you say that I go, I wonder if.
Well, and that's a good thing and a bad thing about the trust. Obviously, it's easy to change. You just do your amendments and you can change things and it keeps revolving. When people go into assisted living, the trust keeps moving along. All the assets, whoever your next successor trustee is, they just step in your shoes and they keep moving. Where if you don't have that, they have to activate the power of attorneys and they have to sign all these other things to, meet the legal requirements to take care of you.
Well, tell them again what this whole thing gets and why it's important to have all of that in there.
So it comes with the complete living trust. It comes with a pour-over will. So if you need a will, everything that you forget to put in will go in, even though you have to go through probate when you do that. But it comes with a will, the durable power of attorney, financial, the health care, the mental, living will, and any deeds that you need to transfer the properties.
Everything that she mentioned is important, and especially I'm going to say this other thing to everyone right now. If you have kids that are over 18, please, please, please make sure that they also are taken care of, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, just so they have something in line.
Something in line, because today it's different than ever before. You can't even call Amazon without them checking you out. So if you can't call and buy something on Amazon or return something, I'm just making fun. But honestly, if you can't, then guess what? They're going to make, how much more difficult is it going to be?
A lot more difficult. And not only that, it's with the creditors, because we live in a world full of credit and people tend to overextend themselves. And I think when people pass away, the ones that are left behind are worried that they're going to be responsible for all this stuff. And when you have those trusts and you have the right things in place, it's never an issue.
That makes a lot of sense, because like our parents, my parents, the older generation, none of them, very few of them had done that.
That's right.
That was like against their rules or whatever.
Right.
But guess what? We do live in a different world, and many people have now. And you made a good point how the children might be thinking, I wonder if I'm going to have to be responsible for that. You got to make sure that it's taken care of.
Take care of it.
And guess what? She's entering everyone in to win one of these, and she's going to give you a discount no matter what. She's also already affordable. That number to call in for it is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. It's LegalStuffAZ.com. Check her out. She's great.